Hello, beautiful souls. Have you ever had one of those dreams that you really think about the dream throughout the day and, like, really focus on what the meaning of the dream was? So that kind of happened to me last night and this morning. So last night I had this dream. It was really weird. I was coming into like a mall, and it was kind of dark coming into the mall, and I was thinking, as there were steps, I was thinking, wow, I work for an attorney's office, so I was thinking, like, wow, they don't have lights, like, so many people can get hurt, walking in this dark place. And as I'm walking up, I'm holding a little girl that in my dream is my daughter, but in reality it's not. But in my dream, I'm holding this little girl's hand, and there's a railing, because the stairs are on both sides, and then there's a railing in between, a small railing, and I'm holding her hand underneath. And as I'm walking up the steps, there's like maybe 5 or 6 steps. As I'm walking up the steps, this man like grabs my shirt, like the back of my shirt, and stops me. And I turn around, and there's another gentleman that is standing on the other side where my daughter is, and I'm like smacking his hand. And basically I get away from the situation. I get away from the man behind me and the man that's beside me, and I'm like freaking out. And so I grab my daughter in my dream. I grab my daughter from one side, and then I'm holding her, and I'm holding her like this, like she's in front of me, and I'm holding the back of her head, and like her forehead touches my forehead, and I'm in my dream, I'm just like, so thankful that I'm with this child, with my child. And when I woke up from the dream, let me go back for a minute. So after that, after I'm holding her, I go up the rest of the way. It was like 1 or 2 more steps. I go up the rest of the way, and then I'm standing there, and there's like a wire, like a zip line wire, and I wasn't in the mall anymore. It was like this beautiful valley underneath, like I was standing at a plateau, and this amazing view was before me. And I'm standing there, and I'm still holding my daughter, and I'm just amazed by this this view. And then the gentleman comes up and stands next to me, and the feeling I got was actually a feeling of peace. The one that had, was standing there, that I seen, and I smacked his hand. He was standing there like a peaceful figure, and it was really weird to me. So when I woke up this morning, I really thought about it, and the more I analyzed the dream and the way that I felt in the different situations, it's all about perspective. And it took me to break down the dream to understand that. And I just wanted to share that with you, because sometimes we need a different perspective on things. In this day and age right now, it is very scary. When the gentleman grabbed my shirt, and then I seen the gentleman that was standing there by my daughter, I was scared, because I didn't know what was going to happen. And in this day and age, we don't know what's going to happen, especially with our kids and finding out so much of the things that are going on in this world. Very evil things that are happening to our kids. And so it was more of a protective mode as mama mode, because Mama Bear came out, like smacking him. And although I probably wouldn't have just smacked him, I would have beat the crap out of him. But, grabbing my daughter and like giving her safety. And then to see that he was standing next to me and I felt at peace. That's what really threw me off at first. And when I got up to the plateau and I'm looking over this beautiful space and this beautiful view, it was more about the perspective of where I was standing and the view of where I was standing. Like, I was coming into the mall and I was scared and there was so much uncertainty, and it was dark, and then all of a sudden I finally make it up there, and there's this beautiful view, and it was all about the perspective. I walked through fear. I walked through being scared. I took the steps to up to the top. I continued on my journey. I didn't stop. I hit bumps along the way. I had something that distracted me. I was grateful for my child being with me. I was grateful for the opportunity of having that family, of having my child with me. Life is not easy, and life throws some hard balls sometimes. And when I got to the top and I seen the view, it was absolutely breathtaking. It was beautiful, and it was surreal. And it just, the dream itself made me realize that you're gonna go through hard times, you're gonna go through evil times, you're gonna come across things that are not gonna make you feel good. But keep going. Don't stop. Continue on your path, because you don't know what is on the other side. You don't know what it is that you're going to be rewarded with. Whether it be just a beautiful view, whether it be just a change of your heart, or just a change of your perspective. The perspective of, walking through the darkness that you just did. You just don't know where you're going to go if you stop. You're not going to get to the other side to see how far and how beautiful it is if you stop. So breaking that dream down really helped me to realize that in my journey right now, if I was to stop and listen to everybody else's opinion, then I'm not following through with what my purpose is here. If I was to stop and not speak out, and if I was to stop and not write, then I would be doing not only myself but other people injustice. Because the words that I have, and the visions that I have, and the voice that I have may help unlock the key for somebody else. So it's all about perspective. Now, I just want to say this one thing. I hope that we are able as a community to come together and fight against child trafficking and sex trafficking. I hope that we as a community can raise our voices for that, because I truly, with all my heart and soul, believe that we need to be the voice for those that are voiceless right now. And there is so much that is coming out of the woodwork for this, and so much deception in that. And my dream really brought that fear out of me, because I have such a place for children and for adolescents, and even for adults. Like it's mainly for the children and the adolescents though. Like I truly have a passion and a heart for them, and I think we need, as a community and as a unity, we need to stand together and use our voices to end it. It's gone on for way longer than I even realized, and it's much deeper than I ever could have comprehended. So I think we do need to be the voice for those that cannot speak right now. I hope you guys have an amazing day, and I hope that this message helps somebody, because sometimes it's looking at the perspective when you're walking through something that seems scary. Sometimes we have to break it down into smaller pieces, the fear into smaller pieces, so that we don't overwhelm ourselves. So again, I hope that this helps somebody, and I hope you guys have an amazing day. Thanks.